Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to Open Minds, our annual celebration of research in the social sciences and humanities at the University of Alberta. My name is Laura Beard. I'm the Associate Vice President of Research, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all here today. I want to start by recognizing that we're on Treaty 6 territory and Métis homelands here. I want to recognize the sovereign nation-to-nation relationships of the Indigenous peoples of this land. It's my pleasure to be the MC of our events today. I give a particular welcome to our special guests here today, Dr. Matthias Ruth, who's the Vice President, Research and Innovation, Dr. Ted Hewitt, who's the President of the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council, and Dr. Florence Kleinfeld, who's Vice-Provost, Indigenous Programming and Research, all of whom will be speaking in our program today. I'm also very pleased to see all of you here in the audience. We have people from across our institution and others who have come here from the community to join us in this celebration, and we're delighted to see you here. So I'm delighted to start our program by introducing our first speaker here, Dr. Matthias Ruth, who is, as I've said, our Vice President for Research and Innovation. He holds a master's degree from Heidelberg University in Germany and a PhD from the University in Illinois. He is a truly interdisciplinary scholar and thinker. Last year, those of you who are here will remember that I told you he favors the E disciplines in his work, drawing from and interweaving insights from engineering, economics, and ecology, but I can tell you that he's insightful on pretty much any topic. So he's a delight to work with and to work for, so please welcome Dr. Matthias Ruth.
Thanks, Laura, for those kind words, and good afternoon to all of you. I would like to welcome you to this 2020 edition of Open Minds. And on behalf of President Turpin and the senior leadership of the university, I also want to extend my own personal welcome to Dr. Ted Hewitt, Dr. Florence Kleinfeld, and all of you being here. So many thanks for taking your time out of your busy days and schedules to open your minds. As you've heard, and as many of you know, Open Minds is an annual celebration of excellence in research in the social sciences and humanities here at the University of Alberta, and it is co-sponsored by the Office of the Vice President, Research and Innovation, and also by the Kuhl Institute for Advanced Studies. The event features lightning talks from a number of researchers funded by the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council of Canada. And we appreciate all the great work that everyone has put into this, the researchers, but also the organizing committee and people behind the scenes. We celebrate research and scholarship in the humanities and the social sciences, knowing that that research builds our wealth of knowledge and understanding. It expands the capacity of the next generation of researchers through the students and postdoctoral fellows that we mentor on these projects that we have funded. And it enriches and engages the communities here in Canada and across the world. It contributes to innovation and to our economies, and it is vital to the development of informed policy and more responsible and ethical citizenship. In times like these, society needs contributions and insights from the social sciences and humanities, perhaps more than ever. The work carried out in the social sciences and humanities truly gives tangible expression to what Henry Marshall Torrey referred to as uplifting the whole people as a mandate for this university. And your important contributions to the contemporary interpretation of Torrey's vision as it's contained in our own strategic plan for the public good really provides an example of what this all means. For the public good highlights the values of research and creative activity that advances knowledge, inspires engaged citizenship, and promotes the public good. Research in areas that are funded by SSHRC has a key role to play here at the university, nationally and globally. The University of Alberta has SSHRC-funded researchers in a dozen of our faculties across all 5 of our campuses. In just the past year, 3 of our researchers were each awarded $2.5 million through SSHRC partnership grants. Dr. Carla Peck, who is in the Faculty of Education, on her project Thinking Historically for Canada's Future. She will explore how history is taught and learned in K-12 classrooms across Canada. Dr. Ante Arpe, Faculty of Arts, with his project entitled 21st Century Tools for Indigenous Languages, is partnering with Indigenous nations and schools all across Alberta to build support for Indigenous languages. And Dr. Rebecca Gokiert, Faculty of Extension, through her project Evaluation Capacity Networks, will help community-based organizations demonstrate the impact of their early childhood programs. These are just 3 examples of some of the highly recognized, highly impactful work that's taking place here and will be taking place over the next few years that showcases the work of SSHRC researchers here at the University of Alberta, and I look forward to hearing some of their presentations in future years to come. But today, we are here in this Open Minds event where we will highlight a few very terrific researchers who have been awarded SSHRC grants in previous years and who are working on a wide range of topics ranging from failed suicide missions of female Boko Haram captives to digital literacy in Pekune Nation land-based learning camps to the myth of good and bad French, and much more. So the researchers here, there will be 8 talks, 3 minutes each. I hope you all have fun, and I look very much forward to this, and again, want to thank you all and want to thank our special guests.
Thank you, Matthias. Before I introduce our next speaker, I also want to recognize that we've been joined by Chief Tony Alexis of the Alexis Sioux Nation, and we're very, very honored to have you with us. Thank you so much for being here. We're delighted to welcome today Dr. Ted Hewitt, who's the president of the Social Sciences and Humanities Research Council, SSHRC, who's also served as the chair of the Canada Research Coordinating Committee until last week. So he was the inaugural chair and has now passed that role on to someone else, probably with some relief, but has done a marvelous job in that role as well. He holds a PhD in sociology. He's been widely recognized for his research expertise in Brazil and Latin American studies, and contributes to current research and discussions on national and international innovation systems, with particular interests in the role of universities, industry, and government in promoting prosperity in Latin America and beyond, and here in Canada as well. So please join me in welcoming Dr. Ted Hewitt.
Thank you, Laura. Good afternoon, everybody. Bonjour, collègues. C'est un grand plaisir d'être ici à Edmonton, de nouveau. Je connais bien l'université. It's an honor, as always, to be here representing SSHRC at an event like this, and I've had such an amazing day. I can't tell you the half of it. I've had such an amazing day talking with leaders, faculty, and students on campus, and very grateful to you, Laura, and to Matthias for the excellent visit that I've had with your community. To you both and to Dr. Glanfield, may I say that the social science and humanities research community on your campus is evidently and remarkably energetic and engaged in areas that are front of mind for SSHRC and certainly for the government of Canada and the social sciences and humanities community more broadly. I've had many conversations today, learned a lot about work that faculty are doing on Indigenous issues, certainly Canada's diversity, research creation, work that connects Canada to the broader global context, but primarily and fundamentally things that affect Canadians in their daily lives. Learning some of these details about projects like these helped me to go back to Ottawa or across Canada and continue to make the case of how important our work is within the country, and that's not always an easy thing, but armed with the kind of ammunition that I get at a place like this with the reputation that it has, makes that job a whole lot more, a whole lot easier. And certainly projects that I'm learning about in their own right are making a huge difference to the country and to the communities that they serve. I'm very pleased to see that the full range of SSHRC grants will be showcased in these talks, which I'm anxiously awaiting, and I guess so are you. And that's evidence that I'll also bring back to our community to make the point that disciplinary research, certainly interdisciplinary research, outreach, community connections, partnership, are all essential to good research and to the work that's being done. So thank you again. Merci à tous et merci aussi pour l'invitation d'être ici aujourd'hui. Thank you very much, and I can't wait to see these presentations. I've been waiting all day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hewitt, for those remarks, and also truly for your remarkable leadership and support for research in the humanities and social sciences. Okay, it's now my honor to introduce Dr. Florence Kleinfeld, Vice-Provost for Indigenous Programming and Research at the University of Alberta. Dr. Glanfield is a member of the Métis Nation of Alberta, co-lead of the signature area, Situated Knowledge's Indigenous Peoples and Place, or SKIPP, as we like to call it, as well as a professor of education. Her research explores the experiences that individuals, teachers, and learners, as well as collectives of teachers and communities, have with mathematics and learning mathematics. She has engaged in research projects with Canadian Indigenous communities, urban Aboriginal youth, elementary and secondary mathematics teachers and teacher educators in Tanzania and Rwanda. We are so fortunate to have her leadership at the university and to have her contribute to our program today. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Florence Kleinfeld.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's wonderful to see you here. And I was humbled and honored by the invitation to say a few words. I am the inaugural person in this role, or the position is new, and got my water wings about 6 months ago. So I've been swimming and trying to stay afloat. But I want to say just a few things that, first of all, it is so amazing that a university is situated on these lands. These lands that have been meeting places for thousands of years for diverse nations of Indigenous peoples. And the ancestors in all of those thousands of years have had conversations here about ideas. And those conversations have opened up spaces for exploring, debating, talking about issues, finding ways to build relations and relationships. And here we are, thousands of years later. We can all be here as colleagues, as professors, as students, as people who are just interested in research, and we can continue to have those dialogues about ideas. Being a university professor, and I was reminded this week again about how much we have a privilege about ideas. First of all, this week we started off, I had a chance to hear Nathan Obed, the president of the Inuit. And he led a compelling talk on Monday night as our opening to International Week. Today, I got to work with amazing colleagues from across campus as we imagine a program of research to support Indigenous students, and not only a program of research, but a program to encourage and support Indigenous languages and to work with communities. And how could we do that? So it is interesting that a university is here on this land, where, like I said, for thousands of years, ideas have been shared. My work, primarily in the research capacity, is to ensure that we do, as an institution, learn respectful ways of working with Indigenous communities, peoples, knowledge holders, and knowledges. And to realize that, to find our place, because for 100 years, in some of those relationships, we haven't been respectful. And we have to learn a different way of being, walking alongside with our relations, and our relatives. And that's part of my work here at the University of Alberta. And I'm looking forward. If I haven't met you yet, I look forward to meeting with you. We have lots of work to do, and we're on a journey to doing that. And I invite all of you to join me as we engage in this work as a collective and individually. Thank you. Oh, and congratulations to all of the wonderful speakers we're going to hear today. It's so exciting as I look through the program. So thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Glanfield, for your words and for your contribution to our research mission at this university. Okay. Can people hear me? I never did a mic check at the beginning. Are people hearing everybody? Is this working? Okay, good. Okay, so our annual Open Minds event celebrates SSHRC Award winners. And I just want to say that since our last event in fall 2018, researchers here at the University of Alberta have been awarded 21 Insight grants, 20 Insight Development grants, 3 Partnership grants, 5 Partnership Engage grants, 11 Connection grants, 1 Knowledge Synthesis grant, 2 Sport Participation Research Initiative grants, and 2 Partnership Development grants, 1 regular one and 1 special one that was targeted for the Canada Mortgage Housing Cooperative project. So you can see that our scholars engage with a wide variety of the funding opportunities offered through SSHRC. But, as you've already heard, you're only going to hear from 8 of our researchers today to give you just a wee sampling of the amazing work that goes on at our university. So, first off, it is my pleasure to introduce Ken Williams from the Department of Drama in the Faculty of Arts, who's going to talk to us about Indigenous dramaturgy. Ken.